What's up, everyone? Welcome to a new episode of Vape Times. Today we have a special Dragon Punch Sativa hybrid cartridge from the Refinery. It's a brand here in Oregon, and it's a live resin extract, so some good stuff here. We're going to get high, see how it puffs, see how it inhales, all that. Do a little taste test here. The terpene profile is, and most of the cartridges these days will list the terpene profile on the box, which is nice to have. So some still don't list them, but most of them will. So, and you'll start to notice different ones that you vape or smoke. The terpene profile you may like certain profiles better than others. There was one that I had that had a super peppery taste. Just It was probably like one of the worst cartridges I ever had, and I looked at the terpene profile, and there was one that was pepper, and then there was another one that was it was like another strain of pepper or like a pine, and it was probably just it was, I don't like kind of that super peppery taste. And anyways, so FYI, if you're actually know a couple people that are allergic to pepper, and they in the past had hit a vape pen, had a really bad experience. It's actually my ex-wife. We're divorced now, luckily, but at the time we were together, and she never was into getting high, all that stuff, and she finally gave in to taking some hits off my vape pen over one of our anniversary weekends. She was able to relax, and so but anyways, she had the worst freaking experience. She was ill. She was like violent headache. I mean, it was like, the very first time you smoke weed, and it's like a terrible experience. If you've ever had those, have you ever had those? um, but it just completely ruined our weekend. And then just a few months ago, I realized that terpene in one of these could be pepper, and she's allergic to pepper or strains of pepper. And so I was like, I wonder if the cartridge or vape pen you had a long time ago had a pepper terpene strain. So just FYI, if you have people that, have allergies, I guess look out for that, because that's something that could really impact your vaping session. So anyways, well, I'm going to first clean my vape pen or the battery, and then the old cartridge that I have. My hand's kind of broken, so I have to use my teeth. But actually, I'm gonna clean this with an alcohol swab. And right now, this is kind of, when I unscrewed it, it was a little greasy, so it needs to be cleaned. And I finally realized a really good reason to make sure that you keep clean battery so it doesn't get all sticky and grimy, is because one of my batteries, I was unscrewing the cartridge and I completely ripped out the socket or the element in the battery, and I completely destroyed my battery. And it was because the wax from the cartridge had leaked a little bit, and it got sticky like a glue. And when I twisted the cartridge out from the battery, it completely ripped out the element from the battery. So that was it never happened to me before in my years of vaping, but I finally had it happen. And so that is a very good reason to make sure that you just every other day, or every other every new cartridge, you make sure that you clean out your battery chamber. So anyways, we're gonna do that with alcohol swab. This one I got a little packet swab. And then we have a brand new cartridge, so you don't need to clean the cartridge, but you're gonna take this alcohol swab, and this is the battery, okay? The elements in there. You're gonna basically jam this in there. I have my trusty little vape kit Phillips screwdriver. You take the Phillips end, and we're gonna push that in there and just give it a nice twist and clean. You don't wanna press real hard, but on the sides, you make sure that you get along the sides, and you give it a good cleaning. Just make sure you get all the alcohol in there. this is the right way to clean your vape pen. There's another video I have about cleaning your vape pen or battery, but I used a different solution other than alcohol and it didn't really work. So alcohol is amazing. It will basically make your old batteries as good as new, and then you can swab the sides, make sure you keep it clean. If you have other people using your cartridge or using your hands, touching this all the time, so keep this clean. One of my new mottos. All right, so that is nice. And see, right in there, that little copper element is what can get stuck to your cartridge. And when you unscrew them from vaping after a while, it could get clogged and rip out your element. So don't do what I did, or else you'll completely be unable to vape unless you have a backup battery. So anyways, that's another good idea why it's always good to have a backup battery. If you're kind of if this is something that you always do or plan on doing, and your battery breaks, it's usually the biggest problem, or you have low battery, you can't get high. So anyways, all right, here is the Dragon Punch. Once again, this is a sativa hybrid, THC 78%, CBD says LOQ. I think that's LOQ. I'm not sure what that means. So if you know what LOQ means, put it in the comments. It's something like less than observable amounts or something like that. So there's like no CBD in this. There's some cartridges I've seen that are like half and half that you can get, and those are kind of cool. They're more relaxing, I've found. But usually I just go for the good old sativa all the time when I'm doing the cartridge. So total terpenes is 17.22. Wow, this one actually has a lot of terpenes. I've seen them range from about 4% to usually 13-14% is high, but this one's 17, so that is pretty high. So might get more of a euphoric, relaxing feeling from this one. Overall, just good high is what I'm expecting. So all right, the other thing is that I've got a fully charged battery. That's another important thing, is because you want to make sure that your battery is hot enough to heat up the resin in the stuff that's in the cartridge. Gosh, I can't talk right now. To heat it up hot enough to vape. If you have low battery or it's not hot enough, you can get clogs more easily, or it's tougher to get rid of clogs if you have clogs, which I'll try demonstrating on some in a later video. But anyways, here is the Dragon Punch. And thanks for tuning in and chilling out with me. I appreciate it. I'm just, testing out some vape pens. Once again, I love vaping. I initially did it when I had to keep it a secret, or I still do it in public all the time. But if you want to keep your getting high on a down low, I'd recommend vaping. So anyways, but I'm in my brand new apartment right now. Do you like it? Ha! And so I'm gonna get high all I want, or a lot, hopefully, is the goal. So anyways, when you're connecting your battery and your cartridge, make sure, so brand new cartridge doesn't need to be cleaned. We just cleaned our battery. So you're gonna hear that nice metally sound when it's attaching is what you wanna hear. The pens that have the concentrate all over the end of the cartridge and on the rim of your battery, you won't be able to hear that metal tap or sound when it connects, and that means you won't have a good connection. That means you won't have the best most efficient vaping session. So anyways, I've just found to better be prepared, have a charged battery and a clean battery, and likewise a clean cartridge. So here we go. Here's the Dragon Punch. Let's see. And usually when I'm some people recommend, if you have a battery that has a preheat, you can do that every time. I talked to a guy at a vape shop, or a dispensary one time. He told me every single time he vapes, he always warms it up. And so that's a recommendation I've had. And that way, when you're actually hitting the vape pen, you get a really good high. So anyways, All right, here we go. So let's see how this hits. All right, so I took 2 hits there right off the bat. I didn't do preheat. That's not bad. Oh man, I'm looking at the terpene profile, but it's hard to read. Mango. Oh, this is cool. It's starting to list what it comes from and then the name of the terpene. So this one says like pine, and then the name of the terpene is pinene. And I mean, it's pretty obvious, but a lot of times you look at the name of the terpene and I want to know where it came from. This is cool. And then so mango, which I'm not really getting the mango, and then that terpene is called myrcene, and citrus is limon. So, or limonin. Yeah, limonin. Gosh, I'm butchering the names of these. I apologize. They're so tiny. I can barely read them. Anyways, that's cool. Here's the terpene profile. If you can see that. It's blurry. But anyways, so that's nice. If you know your terpene profile, you can find specific cartridges if your shop has a good variety with your specific terpene profile. So, which is probably going to be the future of cartridges, is elaborating in that and that becoming more of a thing, because I started seeing terpenes listed in it was like a dog or some doctor commercial for a human drug, and they're like, here's the terpene profile, and I'm like, wow, they're starting to list terpene profiles in like regular shit now. I'm like, okay. So that's like clearly another fad, but I mean, not that there's no benefit from it. But anyways, let's hit this some more. Ooh, now I'm getting the mango. When I first hit it, I was definitely getting a lot of the pine and almost a peppery taste. Yeah, mango. It almost looks like a picture of a little pepper, but it says a mango. Huh. Anyways, well, this one's hitting pretty good. So, anyways, this one, again, Dragon Punch. Yeah, I like this one. This one was on sale too, at the shop. I always get cartridges that are on sale. In my book, all cartridges are exactly the same. You know, different companies, some will charge premium prices for their cartridges, and then some will be a little cheaper, especially if you go in the more rural places and buy some cartridges I've seen listed for freaking so cheap. But anyways, don't pay a lot of money for your cartridge. You get them on sale, get the cheapest ones you can find, because they all, in my book, have vaped exactly the same. I haven't noticed any difference. So if they're charging different rates because you notice different levels of THC, that's one thing, but I haven't really seen that anywhere. So usually I just always go to Nectar, is a local dispensary. There's actually a chain of them. They're along most of the West Coast, and they actually give you rewards. So every time you buy, you get reward points. I've gotten like a t-shirt there. I've gotten they actually have really cool stuff. And it's almost like and then somebody called them like the Walmart of dispensaries, which I thought was kind of low, but I'd say they're more like the Target of weed dispensaries. Or I don't know, what's more premium than that? I'm trying to think. But anyways, I love going to Nectar. I always have good service. The shops are mostly nice. At least the one that I go to on Regatta, in Beaverton off of Walker Road and on 158th, and then Little Regatta Lane, by the McDonald's, and then there's Frank's Noodle House. So you go. There's also Popeyes. I've gone and when it was nice outside, I would go to the weed shop and get a cartridge and basically so I could get a new vape, and then I would go next door to Popeyes and order special, and then go outside and eat and vape. And funny story, I was there. It was actually because I just gotten done watching Breaking Bad, and they had all the Pollos Hermanos in that show, and so they're always eating this delicious fried chicken. And the closest thing that I found is it relates to Popeyes. So I went to Popeyes basically because I was watching it so much on Breaking Bad, and I was like, oh yes, Pollos Hermanos, but Popeyes will suffice. And so I was outside. Funniest story, I was outside, brand new vaping, brand new cartridge I was vaping with. Guy sitting next door to me, I thought was getting winded by my vape fog or whatever. I can't talk. He was sitting next to me, and I thought, oh no, like my vape is getting in his face. He was actually vaping too, and worried that he was doing some taboo shit. So it was really funny. We were both like, he was just an uncle. He didn't have any kids apparently, but I'm like, oh yeah, I don't have my kids, so I'm just relaxing out here. And he's like, yeah. He's like, I'll do it before I see my niece and nephew sometimes to lighten the edge, and get happy. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool, man. And so we just like connected because we were both vaping. It was awesome. And yeah, so that was fun. But anyways, well, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna keep vaping this pen. This one I like. I'll see what other flavors it turns into, but it seems like it's going to be more of a mango citrusy taste. So anyways, if you like the video, make sure you subscribe and give it a like. And if you have any comments, I saw somebody did a comment, add a comment. I'd love to read them and respond. So anyways, thanks for tuning in to Vape Times, and I'll be showing you an updated video on how to clean your battery. So anyways, talk to you later. Bye.